Following World War II, a population boom and a drought increased concerns that just one pipeline for imported water was not enough to sustain the vibrant region that San Diego County had become. A vigorous lobbying effort by San Diego leaders convinced the Navy to build a second pipeline, and the Water Authority built 3 additional pipelines, each bigger than the last, over the next 2 decades. In just 35 years from its formation, the Water Authority came to supply 99% of the region's water. It also grew from 9 member agencies to 24 and constructed a distribution system capable of conveying 1 million acre-feet per year, 15 times the capacity of the first pipeline. The regional efforts meant that the Water Authority could deliver a seemingly endless supply of cheap imported water. The county's population and economy continued to swell through the 1970s and 80s, and so did the region's water use. But by the late 1980s, that old nemesis, drought, returned with a vengeance, forever altering the region's approach to water supply reliability. At the time, 95% of San Diego County's water supply came from a single supplier, the Los Angeles-based Metropolitan Water District of Southern California. In 1991, after 5 years of drought, MWD slashed water deliveries to the San Diego region by 31% and threatened to cut even more. This had an immediate and chilling effect on the local economy, making it clear that the San Diego region could no longer depend so heavily on any single supplier of water.
At the final meeting, when the drought ordinance was adopted, the lines of angry citizens were down the street. The room was full. There were people with placards and signs outside. The TV cameras were all here. And it was very difficult to listen to some of the stories of people that would get up to the microphone. Their businesses were in difficulty. Some of their businesses were frankly going to close because of it.
The drought ended, but the Water Authority didn't forget the community's clarion call to never again leave the region so vulnerable to water shortages. The agency embarked on an ambitious, multi-decade strategy by diversifying its water supplies and constructing new facilities to store and move water around the county. First came conservation. The Water Authority became a state and national leader in promoting efficient use of water through legislation, outreach, and education, which continues today. These efforts have driven down per capita water use 39%. The next major pieces were long-term water conservation and transfer agreements with the Imperial Valley. In 2003, the Water Authority agreed to help pay for conservation upgrades on farms and lining large sections of major irrigation canals in exchange for the conserved water.
That was the basis of the transfer. The urban sector would take a very small portion of their water, pay a large price in relation to farm water, which then allowed the farmers and Imperial Irrigation to essentially recapitalize their system and get conservation. We found out that that kind of simple transfer gets complex very quickly. And we fought that for about 8 years with litigation and negotiations, and became a very large undertaking. And here we are today with a fairly significant portion of San Diego's water supply coming to us from that ag to urban transfer.
Most recently, the Water Authority forged a public-private partnership to build the nation's largest, most energy-efficient, and environmentally sensitive seawater desalination plant. The Claude Bud Lewis Carlsbad Desalination Plant opened in December 2015. It was an historic moment. San Diego now receives approximately 50 million gallons a day of drinking water from the Pacific Ocean. Looking ahead, the Water Authority and its member agencies are promoting the development of advanced treated wastewater to further reduce reliance on imported water supplies.